Hello, I'm Curtis Dowling, and I'll be doing a few videos like this on the KC Auction website, really just to help you with all sorts of things. And today I want to talk about buying and where do you buy from and why. I mean, this is a good example. Okay, this is a menu from the Titanic. Now, after 1997 and the film came out, everything in the Titanic archives just went wild. Instead of paying $1,000, you'd pay $20,000, $30,000. And something like this is no exception. You might pay something like $6,000 or $7,000 for this because it's a menu from the Titanic. But is it? And how do you tell? And what's the comeback if you're wrong? Well, buying at auction means you've always got a comeback. It means you can walk back in and have a chat with the auctioneer. If you're buying online, you don't have that sort of luxury. And also, how do you tell if something's old or not? Well, years ago there used to be lots and lots of antique shops. I used to have one, and people used to come in and almost use you as a conduit to learn. Those days are gone. 40% of everything is now bought on the internet, which means that the fakers and the forgers have got the best time in the world because they can fool you. It's more difficult to fool someone at an auction house, but someone on the internet who's just starting out, and sometimes actually even collectors that have been doing it for years, they're the ones that are fooled easiest. Because they fall in love and they think they know just what they're buying, and sometimes they don't. And if they buy from the internet or a fair, then there's very little chance for comeback. But if you're buying from an auction house, you've got a better chance. And it's about the knowledge within that auction house that's really going to pay you back over the next 10 years. Because not only are you buying things, and you're buying things with the guarantee that you can take them back, you're buying things that someone can teach you about if you don't know. It's all very well saying you can Google something. It's not quite the same as handling objects and being with someone who's passionate, and that's really where the learning comes in. So from a buying point of view, what are the tips? Well, knowledge really is everything in the antiques business, so learn your trade, and you can only do that by handling. It's all very well looking at things two-dimensionally on the internet or in books, but you need to be getting out there. And an auction house is a great place to handle something. First of all, you're going to buy or want to buy, but secondly, just to learn. If you're going to buy, you need to be buying with a bit of confidence, and you'll struggle to do that on the internet a lot of the time. So going to an auction house or someone who really knows what they're talking about to help you, that means your collection may cost you a little bit more. Everyone talks about buyer's premiums at auction houses. Well, first of all, businesses have to make their money, but secondly, there's a very good chance that anything you buy will be top quality because you're buying it from someone who is selling it to you, who wants your trade for the next 10, 20 years. Also, only buy things you like. You know, if you don't like Titanic menus and you're buying it to impress your friends, then don't. Because there's going to come a point where things like Titanic menus, things like items from Titanic will start reducing in price because maybe they'll just not make another film about it, and all of a sudden it will just disappear into history a little bit. But most importantly, only buy from someone you trust. If you don't trust somebody, then don't buy. And to have a local auction house within a 100-mile radius you can drive to, that's well worth having. So they're the first tips, but I think there's a lot more to come. And if you've never bought at auction before, give it a try. You're going to feel a lot more confident, that's for sure.